Hello everyone and welcome to this week's video. This week I thought I'd take time to colour a piece from my colouring book Plant Witch. If you're interested in this, it is available up on both my Etsy and my store envies. I have all the originals here and thought it'd be really fun to colour the Gerbia witch, who is a perfume maker. I thought they'd be really fun, do some really fun colours with it, and the reason why I'm doing this is because currently I am working on my new colouring book Enchanted Forest, in which the Kickstarter is actually going to be coming out next month in May, which I'm very excited for. I've worked really hard on the pages so far and I'm really excited to see how people react to it, and it's a lot more detailed than the Plant Witch colouring book, so hopefully it'll be really fun for colouring. To be honest, with this, I just really wanted to work with very bright, very beautiful, bold colours. And that's kind of the thing that I was going for with this. When I was doing the Plant Witch colouring book, I had a lot of fun creating different character designs and different ideas for different types of plant witches. And some of them will be in my universe that I am building with the art book Plant Witch. It's all very Plant Witch with the comic book Plant Witch, but this is just sort of a theme that was chosen last year, and this was last year's colouring book. This year the theme that was chosen was Enchanted Forest, so we are going ahead with that, and I have had so much fun. I have drawn so much scenery. It has been phenomenal and I have enjoyed every little bit of it. I will probably do a video of me lining one of them and talk about the importance of line work and line weight. If you're interested in that, please let me know in the comment section down below. It's one of those, I don't want to spoil too much for the art book and for the Kickstarter, so I've been kind of keeping a lot of it hush hush. If you've been on my Discord server, there's been sneaky peeks, as well as Patreon has been getting sneaky peeks as well, behind the scenes, which has been really fun. It's sort of one of those, I've done a lot of colouring videos and this is one of them, and the whole idea with alcohol markers is I like to use them as the base layer and then build up and texture on top. If you want a little bit more detail into the colouring method, I will link a video if you are interested in checking that out for a few of the techniques that I do use. But to be honest, I just wanted to kind of give this as a sort of update to future projects. Now, I've been working on a lot of stuff on and off while I've been contained to the very confinement of my house, well, flat, and it's been interesting because my creativity comes and goes, and that's why I started the Draw Daily Challenge, which has been an awful lot of fun. I've been experimenting with Poscas and that, so that's all been updated up on Instagram and Twitter and of course on Discord as well, where we've been keeping up and having lots of fun doing it on there. But I thought this was really fun to just sit and colour. Now, I have got a few colouring pages which are free to download so that you can colour in yourself if you wish to. I'll leave a link to the Gumroad page down below so that you can download those yourself and colour them in yourself. And as I said, if you are interested in the colouring book, it is available as a physical copy up on my Etsy and my store envy. It's sort of one of those, my creativity has been coming and going over the last month, and it's been really difficult to concentrate on projects, mainly because like some days I just really don't want to draw. I can't bring myself to do it, and that is absolutely fine, and it's perfectly fine to have those days where you can't draw, but this is now my full-time thing, and it's one of those, I'm always having to do something every single day, and some days are better than others. So today I just really wanted to colour in, and this was a perfect time because I know that a few people have requested that this, all the images that were in the Plant Witch colouring book actually become an art book, because some people just really like the images. So that's definitely going to be happening. I'm really excited about that. I know it's quite a bit of a process because there are over 25 illustrations to colour in, because there were some illustrations that were not included in the Plant Witch colouring book, as well as like all the Plant Witch, apart from marine prickles, all the and lavender, all the other Plant Witch themed illustrations that I've done over the years. I'd like to put them in there as well. So that'll be another project that I've got for going for this year, which will be released hopefully later this year. I have a lot of stuff that I really want to get done, and it's really difficult to sometimes center yourself on a project, and I think this is sort of what this video is about. It's how do I concentrate on one project at a time when I have so many ideas going through my head? And it can be quite difficult. What I actually do is I sketch and write all my ideas down in sketchbooks and notebooks, so that I can concentrate on one project at a time. Right now, my concentration on my project is the colouring book, which I currently have 16 out of the proposed 20 illustrations done. But I am doing extra because I like to swap and change which goes in the art book and what just stays as extras, because sometimes I might not be feeling it for that particular project, so it gets put to one side and that gets used for another project. That's my current project, and that can be quite difficult because all you end up doing all day is just lining and sketching, and that obviously can get quite bland, so I try and mix it up throughout my days. Another project that I'm working on at the moment, alongside that, I'm also keeping my Patreon up and going, which thanks to Patreon subscribers for being really patient this month, because I have just not been feeling it for the last week, which is absolutely fine and it's perfectly understandable. And like I said, in any of my videos, your creativity comes and goes. It's like a trickling stream. Some days it's really full and it's overflowing, and then other days it's just like a small tiny little bit of water that you really struggle to get that water flowing, and it's can be quite difficult some days, and I'm here to say that that's completely okay. Sometimes you just need a colouring day, and some days you just need a sketch day, and not everything you're going to do is going to be perfect, but it's 100% utterly fine. Another project that I'm working on is alternative merch that I really want to get done. I've always been sort of hesitant in branching out in what I normally do in prints, wooden pins, wooden key rings and stickers and books. That's all I've ever done, and I've wanted to look into alternative merch ideas such as t-shirt printing and tote bag printing, and I want to look into enamel pins, and unfortunately these projects can be quite expensive and time consuming. I've also looked into washi tape as well, because I've always wanted to have my own custom washi tape. I think it would be really cute and fun, but it's a lot of research that goes into these projects before the project even starts to be developed. I've spent the last 2 weeks researching manufacturers, going back and forth, emailing. It's a very long process, and it'll be something that I'm going to be talking about in my first few months of freelance and what it's been like, and like the whole journey from working to be a freelancer. It's been a very interesting journey so far, and I particularly have really enjoyed it. I recently opened up commissions again, and I got to get to draw some of the most fun like characters, and that has been really enjoyable to do. I know not a lot of artists like to do commissions. I go through waves of really liking to do them and then like feeling that I just can't produce the person's character properly. Oh my gosh, are they not gonna like it? But that's a whole other video that I can talk about on itself. And I know I've talked about pricing before, but if you would like to see a more in-depth video talking about commissions and pricing your artwork for commercial and non-commercial work, let me know. I know I've discussed pricing video I've done a pricing video in the past, but I know quite a few people have been asking for a more in-depth analysis of that. So if you want to if there's any content that you do wish to see up on this channel, I know I like to do a mixture of illustration and crafty sort of ideas, trying out crafty things that I've never tried before. But it's always interesting to get feedback in this sort of aspect of coming to understand what you, the audience, would love to see. I'm going to do a few, so my project this month is the colouring book. My project next month is comics. I want to work on some comics and really get some comic pages done. So I like to try and set myself targets for each month of what I am going to do and work on those solidly so that I have more of a finalised project at the end. It can be very, very difficult to keep yourself on track, and I find myself sort of like flitting always over ideas and trying to figure out what I want to do, and that can be very difficult because I get very distracted very easily, and Animal Crossing really doesn't help. So this is a few final looks of the overall illustration. This was really fun to colour. Overall it took around about 30-40 minutes. It didn't take too long at all, but I really enjoyed colouring him. He's such a colourful, like really fancy boy, and it was so much fun to colour. Like I said, if you are interested in the colouring book, there is a link to the store envy and the Etsy down below. If you have an idea of which one you'd like to see me colour next, let me know in the comment section down below. But now to feature some of your beautiful artwork. If you ever want your artwork featured, please make sure to tag me or use the hashtag #StayCreativeWithSophiralou. I try and feature about 4 or 6 pieces every video because I get so much wonderful work from you. I hope you all have a wonderful week. Keep positive, keep on drawing, and as always folks, stay creative.